Hello, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. It's Legacy of the Void Terran Edition. This is the last mission of the main campaign before the epilogue that we will also be playing as Terran. So, for Salvation, defense mission. We don't need orbital depots for this mission. This is all well and good. Double SCV could be okay, but definitely not necessary. I mean, it'll get us started a little faster, but the automated refinery saves us that supply in the long run and gets us started a little faster as well. From the SCVs, we don't have to saturate on the gas. Science vessels, tech reactors, again, very typical Protoss research lineup there. I don't even think I'll be making bunkers this mission. We could make some bunkers with Shrike turrets frantically at the end just to delay, because I do remember that the end wave of this map is insane in Terran Edition. Perdition turrets, also a great idea just to, like, line all over the place, just to make sure we don't get roasted. I'm not going to make either of these. Regenerative biosteel. I'll tell you, we've used a little bit of everything on this playthrough. I think we've used, I mean, I didn't build a single Hercules, and I don't plan on making any hive mind emulators, but otherwise, I think we did pretty good in exploring a lot of the options. Well, okay, never mind. We didn't make Ravens. We didn't use orbital strike, and just forget it, all right? Okay, with what I was given and the difficulty of this campaign, I think it went okay. So, send me in.
Transferring control of the artifact to you, sir.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I got you covered. Had to call in a few favors to get the schematics for these babies. You owe me big time, cowboy. Time to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Right on. My boys are setting up some defenses here. Don't worry about me. Holding out against impossible odds is practically my thing.
Okay, well, here we go. Let's start this. We could also multi-build it if we would so desire.
The Zerg will try to overrun us soon. You should build bunkers and train more units as soon as possible.
I think they're usually coming from the left first, then center, and then right. Or it might be left, center, left. I don't know. I used to know. I used to know. I don't know. I don't really know anymore, but that's okay. The multi-build does not take extra minerals, which is quite handy. So that's going to get that started just a little bit faster. Let's get one more on there. And then when you're all done, shift Q over there, and we're going to want to get the refinery set up also. So I don't know if these folks will really need our help. I feel like they're looking like they're a little bit stronger than their typical vanilla counterparts. Let's hotkey all these.
See? Nice and easy. Let's move.
Tank me? Oh, where did these come from? She must have just built those. That's handy. Let's try and keep what we can of our starting group alive, and then get these set up. And drop some mules.
Not enough.
Okay, cool. Good start. Let's pivot. It'd be nice to keep Tychus alive. I could wall him in with turrets or something. I mean, if he dies, he dies.
Not enough minerals.
Let's just get some siege tanks starting to line the edges.
Bring it loud and fast.
And this turret spam is also going to be, I think, pretty key to a lot of what's happening here. You go ahead and hop up here. Everything new just rally down to the bottom. I don't know if Tychus is his insane self from previous, where he's able to, he regens his health like crazy. I don't remember what's next, but we'll worry about that later.
Not enough energy.
And let's start upgrades as soon as possible to ensure that we can be good to go as time goes on. Okay, down to the bottom.
Betty here will roast them good.
Will Betty?
What's the plan?
Okay, keep saturating. We're going to need some more depots here soon.
What's going on?
The sooner we can get a lot of this like extra macro junk settled, the better we'll be. Again, I prefer to just let Swan handle a lot of this early stuff. We don't need to be throwing anything away. Now, I think the middle gets attacked pretty large, and we don't want Tychus to die, preferably. Let's go ahead and start setting up some turrets everywhere. Okay, that's all for later, and then we're going to need some up here as well.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, again, that's all for later. Okay, top's getting hit.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Siege breakers, no. Not yet.
What's on your mind?
Again, the big center attack is the one that concerns me the most. Let's get perdition turrets.
Alert. Enemy air units on approach vector.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, no, it's not. This is Spear of Adun. It's all right. We'll be ready for this. They're going to come right into this center area, and we are prepared. We're getting this set up as well. I'm more focused on turrets than I am perdition turrets right now.
Our allies
Okay, get
not
this fully
enough
saturated, please. And I don't have any Vikings. This is where Tychus is probably going to die. There he goes. Sorry, buddy.
You claim to save your people, yet here you stand, a butcher. Only desolation awaits.
Okay, it's probably time to get some Vikings. And let's get some additional tech set up. Unfortunately, Tychus died really early, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. I'm trying to make additional SCVs just, like, constantly so that we can build
Not enough minerals.
defense for folks around. Okay, pivot.
Our allies' base is under attack.
And again, I think turrets are just, they're just so critical. I'm going to build some over here, too, so that we can get some tanks up here. And then upgrades. Yeah. This is absolutely important as well. Let's drop some mules.
Not enough energy.
Keep making those SCVs. We can get siege breakers now, so let's not skimp on that. I need more Vikings for sure. Let's also get some science vessels. We could certainly use those. Okay.
Tons of Zerg incoming.
Let's throw down some side disruptors and then pivot to the center. Again, unfortunately, Tychus is dead already, but, you know. We got tanks up on the high ground. They're doing good job. Infantry weapons, I guess. And then more tanks. Okay, sounds like well, that might have been my medic. I'm not so sure. We'll get some more tanks here momentarily. I think we can build fast enough with our current getup. That's going to help. Let's get some more Vikings.
Sir, more air units inbound.
Pivot over here. We got more Vikings coming up. We can get Jackson's Revenge and Duskwings here if I was not supply blocked.
These are under attack.
No instant depots, man.
Add-on.
We'll get some more tanks up on all these ledges, and this is why I built these turrets. They're doing the Lord's work.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Ready to... I can't build here.
Okay, this side needs some tanks. And side disruptor.
Explorer reporting.
And perdition turrets.
Base is under attack.
Roger. Yes, sir.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay, and let's head down here. Just make sure that this is all okay. Again, tanks are being built. Rally up there. What else can we make? Yeah, siege breakers. Let's just go ahead and get all these mercenaries.
SCV ready.
And then siege breakers are probably going to go like right in here, nestled in that area. Center area definitely needs a lot of coverage.
Upgrade.
So let's give it to them.
Upgrade. Base is under attack.
Poor Nova. Actual Nova is not dead yet. So that's good. Let's go ahead and get some tanks up here. Okay, side disruptors are set up properly, and I will get a few additional perdition turrets as well, because that certainly doesn't hurt. This is all set up. This is all set up. Upgrades. Just queue them all up. I'm mostly focused on tanks and Vikings.
acquired.
Because Vikings I need to kill the Golden Armada.
Upgrade complete.
And tanks are for everything else. So I'm trying to make this little mobile force of flyers, but otherwise it's just going to be a lot of...
100 tons of Zerg incoming.
Otherwise it's just going to be a lot of Vikings. So
Go ahead.
let's come on down here, make more turrets.
Base is under attack.
It's feeling like we have enough defense here. I'm feeling okay about it. Okay, I think this can handle itself. Let's pivot over here and make sure that this side is okay, and I think it will be, but let's just make sure. Let's get Hell's Angels. I'm going to get a few Banshees.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Try and get down here to kill these. Yeah, exactly. I want to make sure that this stays alive. Keeping Swan alive would be nice, too. Actually, he's going to die to a Reaver. You hate to see it. Okay, and then pivot back because we have more spear folks coming in. And then, yeah, honestly, just Viking tank
Base is under attack.
is going to be the key.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Get a bunch of turrets up there so that we're good to go for later. Do I have enough Vikings? This is, I mean, that's kind of the big thing for me.
There was once salvation. Now all shall be consumed by the cleansing flame.
My Diamondbacks are still alive. My goodness. Tradition turrets. I think having enough tanks will help us against the very end wave, but we're going to make sure that we have enough Vikings to survive the... we have to make sure we have enough Vikings to survive the Golden Armada attacks. So that's why I'm focused so hard on Vikings. It's absolutely critical. This is okay, and if they have even one Viking, they can survive that junk. Okay, next is going to be setting this up. It's a little wacky, but it's going to work. And by wacky, I mean, you know, kind of overkill. It's fine, though. Okay, upgrades there.
Complete.
Hold out just a little longer. We'll be getting out of here soon.
If you say so, buddy. I'd love to just make sure we save enough supply to get those siege breakers. Otherwise, I'm feeling okay. I think we have enough stuff on each location.
Incoming Zerg attack wave detected.
We have stuff to repair in every location.
Yes, Commander.
They're attacking from both sides. Which side is worse off? I think these tanks have to go over to Nova. Vikings are just so strong, honestly, that our allied controlled Vikings are going to be able to handle a lot of this stuff themselves. Like, I'm not scared.
Under attack.
Perfect.
Base is under attack.
That's not
Under attack.
really where I would have preferred you to go, but it's okay. Okay, we definitely need more coverage in the middle. That's got to be our next spot. I mean, I've got a lot of turrets crammed in here. The best I can do is maybe throw some more SCVs up there, too, to repair. No siege breakers yet. I'm glad I started setting these up. I did it at the right time, it looks like.
There's another wave of air units heading your way.
Don't worry about that. And I think siege breakers are just going to go right in the middle again. And then we can get dust wings, and that's pretty much all of our supply.
Base is under attack. Upgrade.
Okay, so good. So good. Gonna inch you up a little bit. A lot of tanks in here, actually. Just got to decide where to put these. 4 tanks here. One's got to go there. I got to stop F2ing, because that's why this is happening. Send 2 more up here. Air Force. Let's get you up here.
Base is under attack.
And you're hotkeyed now.
Base is under attack. Our SCVs are under attack.
I mean, the turrets just do such good work in making sure that they're not able to just blast through this stuff easily.
Remake this universe as it should have been. Perfect.
What's that? Can't hold them alone. Go ahead. Lay it on.
Okay, I'm almost feeling like I have some overkill happening here.
Affirmative. Need something? Give us your best shot.
She lost her bunker. Hopefully she rebuilds that.
Shift around. Yes, come on.
Okay, pivot down here. Make sure that we don't lose that. No more Hell's Angels, which means probably just normal Vikings. How we doing? How we doing? I'm feeling pretty good. I think the last thing I could do with all this extra money is just go flipping crazy with perdition turrets.
I can't build here.
Just anywhere they'll fit. Like all through here too for the end.
Gotcha. That's a negatory.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Just all through there. They'll figure it out, and then I'll pull some more. I mean, I don't need the minerals, and I can always make more,
Yo, I can't build.
I don't need the minerals, and I can always just, mule dump if I need minerals, but, like, right now I don't, so. Again, we do something like this.
You're the boss. Be in the rear.
Warning. Large Zerg force incoming.
You scared me.
I'm pretty sure one of these comes with, like, a really irritating something with it, but I don't remember what. One tank that's unsieged, where do you want to go? Probably over here.
Rock and roll. Ride on.
Base is under attack.
Not sure if the center is the one that needs the most help. I mean, again, it's really just like, where do I need more tanks? Currently, doesn't seem like anywhere. SCVs can't get in there to repair, unfortunately, but that's okay. Now, the other thing, too, is
Is under attack.
we're building a lot of Vikings, but in the very, very last wave, we're not going to need them.
Base is under attack.
I mean, I'm sure we could use them, but, like, we don't necessarily need them.
What is it? Yes, come
With the Guardians. Get him, Nova. Nice. Good work. Okay, and I'm maxed out. There's really nothing to do. I'll get one more tank, and I'll slap him up here, which is where I was trying to put a tank earlier. Oh, no, he ended up there.
Upgrade complete.
Again, now I'm just being, like, silly safe.
The golden armada, a shining symbol of arrogance.
Dude, this Hammer
Let your
Securities is
pride
still alive?
be your downfall.
My goodness. Okay, flagship, I would prefer if you lived. Never mind, you're now dead. Man, they burned through that defense matrix really fast. I was really excited. I'm like, oh, I'll keep him alive. I didn't realize he would die that fast after I popped defense matrix. Whoops. Well, more tanks for me? Or more Vikings for me? Because again, the Vikings are absolutely critical. Having this mobile force is just like when I would normally have Void Rays, you know?
Our allies' base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Okay, this is making me maybe want to make more Vikings. But nah, we're Gucci. We're fine. Yeah, you know what? Make more Vikings.
Base is under attack.
Don't make me laugh with clumped up Mutalisks. You're a joke. You flat. You got no talent. That's an ancient meme for all of you out there. It's an ancient meme. For all of you interested in learning about ancient memes. That's the man harassing the trumpeter in New York. What's next? Are we good? Are we fine? Let's start +3. Heck yeah. We got all this backup defense. Again, I mean, the Shrike turrets they're Shrike turrets, you know? They're fine.
Bad news?
I'm just mostly making sure that we're not going to get surprised by air units, because the air units come from all over the place at the end.
Base is under attack.
Oh, yeah. Do I have any loose tanks? It doesn't look like it. Let's get more tanks. The Banshees will be nice in the last wave, too. I don't know. Again, we really need these Vikings to kill the flippin' Golden Armada. But otherwise, once the Flood starts at the end, it's like a ton of Marauders and Diamondbacks. It's, like, horrifying, honestly. It's like, you have to focus fire down the carriers, otherwise the interceptors are a problem. But at the same time, we have enough. We have enough stuff that it's okay. Oh, here we go.
Oh, hell, Jimmy, I don't care for that notion.
Let's see him walk into the grinder.
This is it. Amon's sending all he has against us.
I think we gotta move these up a little bit. Okay, oh gosh, yeah. We gotta take care of these Golden Armada sections first. Okay, Nova, hold it together for me, girl. Might as well stay cloaked until the end. We're going to have some serious frame drops, I think. Middle is okay. Let's get over here. Make sure we get rid of the Golden Armada dudes, folks. Call down our available mercenaries. If we can get rid of these last ships. And we did. Let's see, are they pushing through in any particular area? The middle is scary, but we have high ground tanks, so I don't think they're actually going to get through this. We might actually finish this without losing any of our allied buildings, which I didn't expect. I think when I played this, they were basically on top of the artifact at the end. I guess like this.
Upgrade complete.
I guess go and kill that guy.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Get him, mercenaries. I guess I just needed more random turrets around. Yeah, if you have enough tanks at each entrance, it stops this crazy flood. And then we built all these stuff in the background just to casually finish. But we did that without losing any of our allied command centers, which I'm shocked at. I didn't think that was possible.
Artifact power at full capacity.
It's now or never, General. Hit it!
Nice. Feels good, man. That's a good one. I could probably tack on another mission, but the next one is Into the Void, which is quite long, or it can be quite long, so I'll probably just do each epilogue as its own final video. We're stretching this series out, but that's okay. Like, I don't want these videos to go more than, like, 40 to 50 minutes tops. Absolute max 45 minutes. So I don't think I could squeeze in Into the Void in that amount of time, but I'm glad that I was able to do that. I remember that end as being absolutely wild, and, like, just the amount of units that comes in is crazy. And I think that's probably because the Protoss units were replaced one-to-one to the Terran equivalents of the Diamondbacks and the Marauders. And I think the Marauders are the main thing. When you have that many, they just burn through ground defenses so fast. That's why I was like, I'm going to focus mostly on tanks, and as long as we have a mobile anti-air force, I think the tanks can hold the entrances, and they did. So I was pretty happy with that. There were some times when the Golden Armada caught me off guard, but otherwise, this went really well. In fact, I would say this whole campaign went really well. There were only a few times where I think I was caught completely off guard, like on Purification when the enemy just flew into my base. I have vague memories of that happening in other instances too, so maybe that does happen, or that can happen in the vanilla game as well. Not sure why, but otherwise, I mean, I'd played this series before. I knew it was very difficult, and because I went in just ready to hunker down and go in with like a good strategy each time, I think this went fantastic, so I'm very happy with how this all went. Now, I don't know how the epilogue's going to go. I'm sure it'll be fine, but otherwise, I've had a blast with the actual Protoss race-swapped maps, And as far as I know, this is legit the hardest. This was the hardest of the race swaps. And this was the second that Synergy ever made. So it's interesting how I know that he just kind of did like a one-to-one replacement of units for the most part. I don't know what else he changed, but as far as I know, I think everything is basically the same in terms of enemy balance and attack waves and stuff. It did seem like maybe some things were different, like attacks came from other angles or something, but I might be wrong about that. As far as I know, not much else had changed. But it was sort of like, I don't want to say lightning in a bottle, that's kind of a strong term for this, but basically it's kind of cool how everything just sort of fell into place to create a very challenging but winnable scenario. I looked at some of the BattleNet reviews, which I wouldn't recommend anybody really delve into those in general, not just for this project, but in general. They're sort of nightmarish. But you get a general idea of what people think, and it seems like this one in particular gets a bad rap again for being fairly imbalanced. But again, I'm playing this for the second time, and I actually quite like it a lot, because it sort of harkens back to like the first time I ever played these games on Brutal. Like, I actually had to really think about how I would approach them, and not in like a challenge run type way. I still could use all the tools available to me, but it just really makes me rethink how to approach them. Whereas Wings of Liberty Protoss Edition was a lot more flexible, and we had so many powerful tools that it wasn't as important what we picked, as long as we used them effectively. Whereas in this, you had to pick the right stuff and use it effectively. So there was just, it was a little more rewarding to complete, but again, it really took it took a second playthrough in order to get there. I had seen Synergy's comments on a few of these, and he said, the race swap stuff is not getting updated. I think it's all aged very well anyway. It doesn't need revisited. Again, this one could be changed if only to like update the balancing to be more in line with the other ones and have a more steady curve of difficulty upwards, as opposed to starting very difficult and getting easier as you go. But, I mean, he already said he's not going to change them, and that's absolutely fine. So all the stuff that I talk about regarding things being difficult or things that could be changed, it's all with that in mind. Like, it won't be, but it's still fun to talk about. I'm playing it. It's what's on the screen right now, so, like, of course, that's what I'm going to discuss. But it's fun to look at this stuff and see, like, how different these factions feel to play in different scenarios and what the missions were originally designed around. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you for the epilogue next time. Bye-bye.